everyone, so this video is going to be a sketchbook session. I do these every once in a while. It kind of helps me keep up with my sketchbook and just gives you something to listen to in the background or to watch if you like watching people sketch. This time I think I might focus on drawing people a little bit. I just want to explore different ways to draw faces and stuff like that and maybe push my style a little bit. And also just have fun and not really actually worry about what I'm going to be sketching, so it might change completely. And I'm just going to get started. I'm just looking at some reference photos just for like a basic guide while I warm up a little bit, just because I tend to not draw things properly when I don't like warm up with references. There's like two styles that I always kind of try to develop, or that I kind of like default to. The one where it's sort of like a little more detailed like this, a little more semi-realistic, and then there's more of like the cartoony style, and then just like anywhere in between. I don't like to limit myself too much. I go through phases of what I enjoy drawing, and just I like to lean into whatever feels natural, because I think that's the best way to develop your style, because it really kind of develops on its own, and it's not like that important. Like it's important, but it's not something you have to really think about too hard, because it will come naturally. As you improve with your art, you'll just naturally develop your style. It's not something you should worry about too much if you are, because I know when I was a beginner, I did worry about that a lot. But now I just kind of let it happen. There's these ads for like dresses on Pinterest, like this, and they're all have like such nice poses. I just need photos sometimes to like remind myself of the possibilities of the human body, because I tend to default to the same poses when I'm not really thinking, and I want to eventually draw a more variety of poses when I'm not thinking, so not have to always think so hard about what pose, if that makes any sense. Something I always have to kind of remind myself is to give enough room for the brain and not to make the head so short. I feel like I need to find like cooler ways to draw eyes. I don't know if that makes any sense. I never really copy photos like this verbatim, and even if I do like copy them a little bit, it's only for practice, like right now, or I will find a whole bunch of photos and those will all be for reference. This is also just to warm up, so I like to kind of do my own. It's good to kind of like get a sense of what you're drawing with references and then kind of close them and then draw it your own way. That's what I like to do. It's kind of fun just like focusing on drawing faces a little bit more realistically every once in a while. Because I kind of neglect doing that, because I used to think I did it too much and then I stopped doing it, so then I started overdoing other things and not drawing just normal faces enough. I'm just gonna draw this pose because it's just for like a pose idea. I'm gonna use this page because it's kind of empty. I need to actually use my pages. I always feel kind of like I'm not using my, I never do nice stuff in my sketchbook, and I guess that's the point of a sketchbook. I just kind of miss doing that sometimes. Just doing like nice stuff. And by nice I mean like finished stuff. Not that I don't like my sketches, it's just, and I like sketches, I just kind of miss doing like investing a lot of time in pages, just for fun sometimes. That's a nice thing to do. There's a lot of stuff happening outside today. There's like trucks, and I'm feeling kind of warmed up now, like I'm ready to like draw other stuff maybe. I don't know though. I'm probably gonna close my references now that I'm warmed up. Kind of been wanting to draw a giant person, just because of this print I recently got with the giant, and I like that sort of motif, that character type. I don't know, giants I think are really interesting. That's too human looking for my liking. Maybe he's harvesting his giant vegetables or something. And what if they all had like Teletubbies, sort of? Or what if they're just all hollow? I don't know, that could be interesting. kind of like the ones that look less human. This might be turning into a character design sort of thing. If there's like a super short one. I think I'm gonna color these guys in because I kind of want to develop their designs a little bit more. So I'm gonna use a little bit of marker because I never really use my markers. And this paper is pretty smooth and it's good for marker. I should have erased away some of the pencil first because Copics just love to smear pencil. I might actually mix their colors together a little bit. So I'll take some gray and mix it with the purple. Take some purple, oh, got it all over my hand, and mix it with the gray. I have like watercolor all over my hands and just like leftover Conte that just doesn't come off my nails, so sorry about that. I'm gonna use some pencil crayon and try to just render them a little bit. I like the way pencil crayon looks, but I find myself never really relying on it too heavily because it gets that like texture like this that I just am not a fan of. On smooth paper it always looks better. I just much prefer the look of dry media on smooth paper. I like there to be texture but not too much. So, but pencil crayon is such a versatile medium. And I know I have a lot of US viewers, and the normal name for pencil crayons are colored pencil, but they're just called pencil crayons where I live in Canada. And that's just how, like, it even says colored pencil on the lid and boxes of stuff, but nobody really calls them that here, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that started. I don't really know what these things are, but I'm just finding that out. I also love using like multiple colors within, like, even though he's sort of like a gray, you can still include like all these secondary colors, and that always makes stuff look nice. I think I like this one's body type the most because his head is kind of like a part of his shoulders, and I think it's kind of cute. Another kind of pencil crayon that I like a lot are the Prismacolor very thin ones, and they have like the hexagon shaped barrel, and they're like a lot harder, so they're good for like finer lines and detail work. Now for the purple one, I might use this bluish color on him, maybe also brown actually. A lot of my colors are freshly sharpened because I used them for a project where I really needed thin lines, so I had to constantly sharpen my colors with a knife down to like very small points, because sometimes with a knife you can just get like the shape you want for the end of it, but it's kind of annoying to have to do over and over. But yeah, I've recently discovered how, well, not recently, but I've started to like use that more. It also saves the pencil, because if you're always sharpening it, you lose a lot of that in the sharpener. When you're using a knife, it takes longer to sharpen it, but you don't waste as much of the pencil, which is nice. I don't really know what these are. It's just kind of something that I just drew. I kind of like to use my sketchbook as an idea book, because sometimes I feel like I need to draw people that look like this all the time, and I don't know why I feel that way, because you don't need to. I don't need to. I always enjoy drawing like, I like drawing normal human proportions, but I also really like exploring non-human stuff and non-human designs and animals and like people, but stylized in a really fun way. So I really need to embrace that more and not think I have to draw a certain way all the time. That's something I want to do. And I love like the patchy colored sort of rendering style. It's something I've been trying to kind of perfect, or at least work on and push a little bit lately. I feel like I've never really like gotten quite where I want to be with that. But this is sort of what I'm talking about. And I also really want to learn how to scan in traditional stuff and edit it digitally without completely overtaking the whole thing with digital, and it just becomes a digital piece rather than like a mix of the both of the two of them. So I tend to just like, once digital is involved, that's all that it is. It just kind of, I cover up all the traditional scanned stuff with the digital painting, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of it. He's very lopsided, but that's okay. I feel like he might need some more blue on him somewhere. I feel like I'm kind of overdoing it with this one, so I want to move on to this one. I want him to be kind of greenish, so I'm going to try to drop in a little bit of green with a marker. There's better ways to get a clean like lay down of marker color, but I wasn't really trying to make it that clean, and I didn't want to smudge the pencil, so I need some nice yellows, yeah, like this one. I feel like some pinkish colors and some pinkish browns would look good with this because he's green, and pink and green always look nice together because they're complements. Or at least green and red, but like pink is light red, so it's the same color. I envision these being made of stone, because they kind of feel that way to me, so I might try to add some little cracks. I think I might try drawing some more quick designs of them, just to like quickly explore some more possibilities for these weird things. So what if one was very like triangular shaped? They could also be like ghosts, sort of. Like if this was a ghost, he would kind of look like that. Just like a really long statue. Oh, that's too dark. That's the wrong color. That was off camera. Whoops. He doesn't really make sense. But that's okay. I'll just move on to another one. Should they have hands, or should they just... I feel like it'd be more interesting if they had hands that were kind of like... just like maybe 2 fingers. So if they did a peace sign, it would just be that. Could they wear clothes? Like a hat? I forgot that markers bleed through. Whenever I have a page that stuff bleeds through, I usually like to just sketch on the back. But I was going to do that anyway. I just want to figure out a little bit more about this sort of thing I've drawn. Oh, and what if they used it as like a shelf? So like, it's like their little shelf area. This might make a cool like sticker pack or like a print with a whole bunch of them on it. I don't know. I don't even know if anything like this has been done. Like, I'm sure people have definitely drawn stuff with like holes in their stomachs, but do they have this design? I don't know. And if they lied on the ground, there'd be plants coming out of them. think I want to use some color now. Maybe I'll draw other things, I don't know. I'm so used to filming these videos not talking while I draw, so I keep forgetting to like say things. It's always fun to draw cats, especially cats wearing clothes. Sometimes just sketching with like really nice colored pencils, like the smooth kind that lay down really thick and blend really nicely, is just really fun to sketch with. I messed up the ear and I tried to turn it into a hat. I don't know if it works, but not really. I feel like I draw a lot of standing cats, but I don't, this doesn't look that good, but I don't draw a lot of standing dogs. I feel like these guys need to stand out a bit more now. I think I over-exaggerated the cat's mouth a little bit. Cats are just so funny. They're just so funny to draw, and they're just funny animals. Thanks so much for watching my sketchbook session. It's always fun to film these just to draw whatever comes to mind. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video.